Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Daily Masters, and welcome back to the Game Hard interface. I thought we'd never see this thing again, but here it is. I don't know, man. I just do not know. It's kind of good, but it kind of makes me very angry at the same time. So, whatever. We're just going to run with it, and let's introduce the players, because this is going to be an insane game right here. So, down the bottom right side of the map, it is, of course, HyuN, the very, very big, very, very scary Zerg player. And he's from South Korea, plays for Quantic Gaming, and 2,400 points in the WCS. So, banging heads all over the place. And up the top left, it is going to be none other than NaNiwa. He's from Sweden, plays for Team Alliance, and 3,200 points in the WCS. If I remember correctly, he was the only European who was in the WCS World Finals, the World Grand Finals. I'll have to double check that actually. I really don't know. I think he was, but yeah, I may have to look that up. Anyway, we'll get back to that in a sec. Let's talk about this game for now. Now I need to know if he was the only one in the grand final. So anyway, moving on. We're going to be trying to find that series of games at the same time as we're casting this game, so it's going to be interesting. So anyway, Mr. HyuN's got the fast expansion going into a pool very, very soon, I expect, with 190 minerals. Look at that, that's beautiful. And what do we got over here? We do have an expansion coming out for Mr. NaNiwa. So he's got a pretty fast expansion as well. That's like the 2.5 minute mark. And HyuN is going to see that, and he's also going to be getting a third base out. And I have not been looking for this damn where is the damn thing? I will find it, I promise you. Oh, damn, where is it? I found 2014, but I haven't found 2013. Let's just go directly to the bar and see if we just change the 4 to a 3, if that works. Hey, beautiful. Okay, there we go. WCS Global Finals 2013, and alright, so not much else going on here. We do have a probe going around, we do have a worker going around, we do have an overlord sitting there feeling very, very good about himself, and yes, there we go. NaNiwa was indeed the only non-South Korean player to make it into the WCS Grand Finals, and I think he was actually tied off with Revival for 16th place, because there were 16 people in that tournament, so had to go off against him and managed to beat Revival 3-0 to get in. Unfortunately, I think he got knocked out of the tournament by Sulky, who happened to be ranked number 1 in the entire WCS. So yeah, that's not going to be fun. But anyway, you can't help it, man. I mean, some tournaments you go off against like one of the best players in the entire game. And the round of 16, I mean, it sucks, but you just got to take it. And the fact that you got into that tournament at all is very, very impressive. So, yeah, the question is he going to be very, very impressive in this game? I definitely think he will be. What do we got here? We got 30 workers. I mean, getting more workers than a 3-base Zerg, that's hard to do, but I assume that HyuN is just going to start ramping up now. He's going to start pulling ahead. And what do we have? We got a robo facility coming down. So have a look at his tech. He's got a single gateway, pumping out stalkers. Couple of pylons here, leaving open a little gate for the lings to come in and say hi. So it's a bit annoying, but yeah, stalkers are going to be coming out. The stalker having a go at the ling. And yeah, not too much going on. We're going a fast immortal. Why is he getting a fast immortal? We got a roach warren somewhere? Do we have a roach? No. No roach warren, so the fast immortal, I don't know, maybe he's going to do some immortal drops on top of queens or something like that. I mean, it's a fair idea. Immortal drops on top of queens. I don't think it's ever been done before, but I suppose if your opponent mass queens up and chucks a Night Swarm in the back of your main and then just spews queens out and starts spreading creep everywhere, an immortal really is your best friend in that case, so Yeah, not much else going on there. Oh, look at that. 6 gateways coming down. That is 6 gateways. He's already got 2. 1, sorry, he's only got 1. But he's getting 6 more. 7 more, sorry. So this is going to be an 8 gate play off 2 bases. So that's ever so much more potent than a 7 gate play. So we got 3 of the gateways coming off here. Overlord here, we'll see a few of them. Not see all of them though. So let's have a look at the income though. He's doing alright. He's started to go behind a little bit, 10 behind, but man, he is going to go nuts on the production right now. Obviously going for some very, very fast play. We see a Warp Prism coming out as well. And here we go, the Immortal. Oh, 2 Immortals, and there's a ton of links. This is horrible, horrible, horrible for NaNiwa, man. Really, really bad. He's going to survive here, but that's so bad. If there were just a bit more links, then those Immortals could have really, really paid the price, because Immortals are horrible versus Lings. Here we go, another attack. Roaches in this one though, the Immortals will have something to do, but those Lings are still starting to look quite scary. NaNiwa needs a bunch more Zealots, and he needs them right the hell now. Starting to get a few more in here, which is good. Slowly pushing his way up, just putting pylons everywhere so he can constantly keep up the reinforcements on the front line. HyuN just sending in a ton more units. The Zealots are not really in the best position, but they're still in a good position. And HyuN does not want to let NaNiwa just keep pushing forward and pushing forward and pushing forward and taking this side of the map over like NaNiwa is trying to do right here. But he's doing such a good job right here. He's got the Zealot pack he needs right now, so Lings aren't really a worry anymore. He's got 2 Immortals. So the Roaches, I don't know, man. I mean, he probably needs more Stalker support. For that, a couple more Immortals would not hurt. Oh, the Immortal out the front, that's not going to be good. There we go, the Ling's trying to have a crack. And NaNiwa thinking about pulling back out of Spinecrawler range to engage, but I mean, HyuN is not going to fall for that trick. He wants to engage in range of his Spinecrawlers because they do so much damage to Zealots. The Lings all go down, but the Zealots' health is absolutely in tatters. The Immortal's still up and fighting though, and the Roaches are really going to be worried here at NaNiwa. What a play right there. He's got the damage in, but at the same time, HyuN is sent most of his Roach numbers back here. Do we have any reinforcing Immortals? I do not think we do. It's just the Roaches coming down. So, beautiful, beautiful stuff. And I don't know, man. I do not know if NaNiwa can hold that off. He's definitely going in here. Surprisingly, did not leave any units behind to destroy that, but I suppose it's not the most, you know, the craziest building he has to take down. The Roach is getting through here. The Stalker's having a lot of trouble holding them off. NaNiwa's trying to warp in units to hold this off. He might eventually be able to do it. And at the same time, he's just taken out 2 hatcheries. So HyuN instantly not going to be able to create that much stuff. He could pick off the Roach Warren there. That'll be a nice hit. Here we go. The Stalkers, they're slowly being whittled down. Zealot's getting in range, but look at, I think he sent more Roaches in or something like that. I don't know, maybe these guys just split off, but man, if they start unpowering pylons, unpowering the gateways, then NaNiwa is going to be in all sorts of trouble right here, but he's having a good game so far. There he goes. He's just taken out the 3rd Nexus. He's going to warp back and save his base just in time. Oh, the Nexus, is he going to be able to save it? It looks like he is. The other Nexus still got plenty of health. We have a look at the incomes though. NaNiwa's down to 25, HyuN down to 31, so approximately equal. But the real pain is going to be on HyuN's side, man. He lost so much production capability. He has 1 single hatchery right now, and forget how many workers he's managed to keep alive. I mean, there's probably a few. Oh, look at this. The Cyber Core is going to go down. That is going to hurt. That's a lot of tech pathways which just got shut down. So definitely bad, but he's still alright. He's got 2 Nexi right there, and that is going to be enough for now. He's, I mean, HyuN, I don't know, man. HyuN is okay at the moment, but NaNiwa does have a potential to really go out there and start hitting him straight away. I mean, he doesn't need a lot to really defend this. Unfortunately, he didn't kill the Roach Warren, which means that Roaches are still a threat. But I guess, yeah, look at this. Look at all those Spinecrawlers, man. So Phoenix sees those, and yeah, okay. So even with this force, it's a horrible idea to go out there and start hitting that. So it's best just to stay back, and that's exactly what HyuN is going to be doing as well. Just rebuilding his macro up. Getting up to a decent amount of workers. Getting the hatcheries up. 100% the most important thing he has to do right now is get those hatcheries up. Right now his production capability is down in the toilet. Here we go, warping in a couple of zealots. The zealots might actually die before they get up. No. There we go, going to work on the lings. And this is the beautiful place for zealots to be, right up with their back against the wall. A few more zealots come out and the lings just have to run for it. They cannot stand even against 4 zealots, man. So here we go. And now he's going to have a crack. And Immortals out in the front. Hitting these guys may be able to make it happen, but we will see. I mean, there's the high ground here. If he gets vision on the high ground, then he might be okay. But he really does need to get vision on the high ground. Look at the Immortals just shredding these guys, putting force fields to stop the lings from getting in range. But there's just too many spine crawlers, and that was a lot of damage right there. That was a lot. Maybe going around from the other side, he'll be on the high ground to start with, and that'll be good. But then again, there'll be a lot more creep over there, which is not good. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to kill that guy in the watchtower first. That's a nice play. So anyway, let's have a look. He's currently pulled up. He's 5 workers ahead of HyuN, which is a very, very good play. He's going to go in. He's still got a very, very decent army here. 100 over 78. I don't know if that's the actual army thing, but whatever. There we go. This base is going to get absolutely owned straight away. Nothing that HyuN can do about that. I mean, 2 Immortals going against a hatchery, not really much. And here we go. This might be scary. That's quite a bit of Hydras. And nothing in NaNiwa's army is really that good against Hydras. So the Hydras providing support here will do a lot of damage to NaNiwa, man. I mean, the Immortals, the Hydras will take them down in a fairly short order. And see, it's kind of a standoff right here. I mean, it's kind of a standoff. So, yes. We will see what's going to happen, though. Look at this. The bloody icon for HyuN, his team icon, keeps trying to show up, but there's bloody creep everywhere. So, here he goes. The Oro Observer gets over there. So, that's going to be a nice bit of creep that's going to get owned all over the place. Maybe. He's just going to sit back. He's going to sit back and macro up. And here we go. NaNiwa has not managed to secure a 3rd base yet, and the force is thinking about moving out, but they got to be careful, because if they move out, then that gives NaNiwa the opening to get in there, but he's moved out only half of his forces. Look at all the Hydras going out. The Overlord goes down, but this could be quite devastating right here. We've got an Immortal here, but this Hydra pack could do quite a lot of damage. Do we have a Mothership Core out? We do, so an instant warp back to his expansion is a definite possibility. And HyuN has got to know that, which is probably why he's not directly attacking the base straight away, because he knows that's what's going to happen. That happened anyway, man. Look, they're all warped back. Unfortunately, they're all trapped behind his own pylon wall at the moment. He's got like a maze to get out there, so... But he does eventually get out there, and whoa, what the hell happened here? Warp Prism managed to get a bunch of Zealots in, and the Zealots killing a few workers. Pretty good. Knocking them back down quite a bit. And HyuN, man, he's he's decided he needs a lot of workers. There we go, 12 coming out. But NaNiwa has already been doing a fantastic job. Off 2 bases, he's up to 55 workers. But he really, really needs the 3rd. Look at this, man. No minerals at all. He desperately, desperately, desperately needs a 3rd base right now. And yeah, so there we go. Going to be popping it down here. And if HyuN can start shutting down this 3rd base constantly, then maybe he can get back into it. But right now, I feel like NaNiwa is in a very, very good position. He's way ahead on the... Well, not way ahead on the workers, but he's 4 ahead on the workers. And if you are at all behind anywhere on the worker count as a Zerg player versus Praetos or Terran, then it's just not good, man. You got to be ahead. What do we got over here? Overseer. That thing fell like a ton of bricks. Oh, this could be dangerous right here. We've got a changeling just running around here. And NaNiwa, man, that's it. Move over there. Beautiful. You gotta protect that base. You gotta do it. The way is way open. And there are a ton of Hydras. There we go. The Zealot checking it out. 2 Colossus on the field. And this is going to be huge dealing with the Hydras, because, I mean, Hydras just suck versus Colossus. They really, really suck. And NaNiwa just trying to chase this army down. And that presents a problem because HyuN, if he tries to go in, he is going to get hit and he is going to get hard. Look at the workers though. What beautiful timing, but the Colossus are going to be able to scare those guys away. Trying to force field them doesn't quite work, but manages to get a couple of guys taken out there. And so far so good. NaNiwa doing a great job. He's got 1 weapon, 2 on the way. And looks like HyuN, just to get level 1 weapons, he may be getting the Ling upgrades beforehand. Does he have any Lings? No, so this is his only upgrade, I feel like. That's the only weapons upgrade. He's just got that, so... Oh, look at this, man. NaNiwa being very, very aggressive, pushing in here. And he's got the mothership core, so he can wipe this base out and then warp back to his expansion just in time to defend. And yeah, looks like he's going to be doing that. So really, really nice play. I don't think he killed too many workers there. Killed a few. But yeah, he's doing a very, very nice job. And HyuN instantly wants to get out and thinks about getting that 3rd base. But NaNiwa is sending stray units all over the map. Knows exactly what HyuN is doing. And really, really good stuff. The only problem with NaNiwa is his units he warps back in and it takes him 10 minutes to get out of his own base because he's got this maze set up. But you're looking very good now, and I mean, HyuN just cannot directly engage NaNiwa right now. I mean, those Colossus are so crazy right there. So he really needs to deal with that. Currently building 12 roaches. I don't know, man. I feel like Corruptors would be a very, very good option at this point. Almost a necessity. I mean, when you're going against Colossus in that number, you really, really need to be able to do it. Because either you kill them with Corruptors, or you kill them with a fancy flank. And I don't know if NaNiwa is going to let HyuN get off a fancy flank. I think he might just have to get lucky. Oh, he's pushing through here, making a big push, but he's going to start getting owned here. The Colossus getting in there. I mean, HyuN has a beautiful concave, and he's definitely got that going for him. But the Colossus are still great. Oh, here we go. We got the Vipers coming in. They're viping out Immortals. Not quite getting the Colossus. The Colossus staying way back. But they're not doing the damage they need to do to Hydras either. So, excellent Colossus micro. But one of them does get pulled out and instantly shredded. However, I think it's too late for HyuN. He's lost too many Hydras. His army is going to have to fall back. And the Colossus, man, saving themselves from that Viper pull. But as a result, they weren't doing that much damage to the Hydras. And there wasn't the total massacre that we expected with the Colossus. The Colossus were mainly trying to run away from the Vipers, and NaNiwa did lose a very decent amount of Stalkers to that Hydra offensive right there. So very, very nice, and it looks like the Vipers are going to be an extremely good counter to the Colossus. But as to how HyuN is going to keep saving his bases from this play, I really, really don't know because, yeah, I mean, NaNiwa is just doing such a great job. Granted, he's taken out the 4th base. He's not taken out the 3rd base. If he took out the 3rd base right now, I would say he is extremely highly probably... He's got a very good chance to win if he does that, but keeping the Zerg on 3 bases? Well, I don't know, 4 bases. I mean, he's got a 4th over there. That was technically his 5th that just got destroyed. Oh, the Warp Prism. It's kind of in no man's land. Caught between 2 big fat queens at the moment. Not where that Warp Prism wants to be. But then again, what are you going to do? I mean, I don't think the Zerg... Maybe the Zerg can Viper this, but that's kind of a waste of energy. So, yeah. Let's have a look at the units composition. HyuN has gone down a lot of Hydras, man. He's only at 5 Hydras, and he needs that Hydra DPS. If he doesn't have Hydras, I mean, Roaches versus Stalkers? Nah, it's not going to make it happen. And we do have Storm out as well. Well, Storm is going to be awesome against the Hydras as well. So, very, very nice. Got a couple of Archons even coming out. Oh, here comes the major offensive, the Vipers. Thinking about moving in. Thinking about doing something. The Stalkers on the high ground. And they're attacking a pylon for good for them. And are we going to see some awesome storms here? The main army of HyuN not moving in quite yet. Decided not to, just sent in the Roaches to have a bit of a look around. Does he know about the storms? I do not know, but he is building a Spire. So that may be for some Corruptors. It may be for some crazy tech like Broodlords. I'm really, really not sure at the moment. But HyuN evidently deciding he doesn't have enough workers yet. And, I mean, he's behind NaNiwa. So Definitely could use a few more. You got a bunch of Archons actually coming out. Yeah, alright. Not really super necessary going against Roach Hydra. They definitely help though. I would think you just morph him into Archons after you use the Storm up though, because he's going to need a lot of Storms. He does have a lot of high Templar though, even after morphing in the Archons. So yeah, HyuN, man, so scared of getting flanked right there, and he has got a very, very good reason to be scared, because that would be devastating. Couple of Queens out, man, but those things just do not die. Oh, no, there they don't. Blink Stalkers actually kill them. So yeah, there we go. The income wise, showing that HyuN is 5 workers ahead. Oh, the Roach hit squad coming in, but a bunch of Stalkers being warped in instantly to sort of defend them, and the Archons going to be popping up. May not be enough, so the main army is going to have to come back. What do we got here? A single Roach hitting the Cyber Core. That thing's going to go on forever. Here we go. Going to try and do something. And yeah, NaNiwa looks like he's going to pull his main force off. Yeah, obviously HyuN was trying to catch him by surprise, and to some degree has done that. He's almost going to be pushing in there, but the main force comes back in. It's going to be hitting a lot, but that was a blink in the wrong direction, man. Needs to worry about that. And as long as HyuN's main army goes away, these forces are going to get wiped out ASAP by the Colossus, or maybe he's just going to use Blink Stalkers for them. Burrowed Roaches, where are the observers right here? I do not know, I really don't, but we do have Corruptors coming out. We do have a Greater Spire coming out, so we are going to be looking at Broodlords at some point. Man, get some observers out there. Just find the damn things. Here we go, another hit squad. HyuN, man, multi-pronged attacks like an absolute boss right here, and Changelings as well, just to have a bit of fun. Hitting the Forge, nothing being researched, so decides to hit the Templar Archives instead. Bunch of Roaches coming out, but they are meeting some resistance in the form of Stalkers. And the main army pushing these guys back. Not really much happening. 9 Broodlords being warped in. And, oh man, the counter for Broodlords, there's a couple of things. There's Void Rays, yeah, which are kind of good, but there's a lot of Hydras, so yeah, maybe not. Tempest, of course, 100%. Great counter. But the problem is NaNiwa has almost no air tech. I don't think he's got a Stargate at all. He definitely doesn't have a fleet beacon, so pumping out Tempest very, very quickly is going to be hard. But since Broodlords take about 10 minutes to cross the map, he may have a little bit of time. As long as he scouts them out nice and early, as long as he sees them nice and early. And he's going to see them. I mean, HyuN is going to have no choice but to pull out the Broodlords to chase these guys away. Here we go, the Broodlords coming down. Instantly, NaNiwa says, oh, Broodlords, shit. And he's going to start storming them. The Blink Stalker's having a crack. And this could be quite awesome, actually. This could be really awesome. The ground force has taken a pounding, but if he gets enough Blink Stalkers in there, he could really do a lot against those Broodlords. But he is going to be going straight for a Stargate to deal with them. A bunch of Blink Stalkers coming in as well. There we go, the Blink coming in, and the Broodlords taking a massive, massive amount of damage, man. You really do need a decent amount of ground support for those Broodlords, because otherwise, Blink Stalkers just annihilate them. But looks like HyuN may just go down here. He's got a ton of Storm going down on the Hydras. The Colossus just shredding them all. There's way too many Archons on the field for the ground defense to go to, and the Blink Stalkers have annihilated the Broodlords. Absolutely annihilated them. And what the hell is going on here? HyuN, man, sending a buttload of Roaches. Haven't we seen this before at like the 12-minute mark? It's a total replay of the early game, but this time I think it is going to be over for one player, and I do not know who it's going to be, but I have a feeling that that NaNiwa just has the stronger army. But who knows, man? I mean, HyuN has a ton of forces right now. And, I mean, all NaNiwa has to do is critical damage to bases, and then he just warps back to a Nexus and takes out these forces. He's got instant teleport for his entire army, and that's all he needs. So he's going to wipe this base out, he's going to wipe the 4th base out, then he's going to warp back, and there's no way that HyuN is going to be able to wipe out everything from NaNiwa in that time. Look at this, he's got Stalkers out there. Those guys not really knowing what they're doing, but the base goes down. These guys actually burrowing, so choosing not to kill them, but yeah, I mean, HyuN's got more than enough minerals to be able to actually deal with stuff, but he's actually moving back, choosing not to just push in. wiped out the expansion, but here goes another base going down. We have a Roach Warren being rebuilt. We've got Hydras coming out. The Hydra's den is obviously down there somewhere. And it looks like he's going to be going for the 4th base, which is, of course, one of NaNiwa's 2 remaining mining bases. But NaNiwa, with a massive build-up of Blink Stalkers, is going to be able to hold this off. And in conjunction with the main army over here, I think NaNiwa is going to take this. I think HyuN just doesn't have enough left. He's got 32 workers, but they got nowhere to mine at the moment. All of the bases are gone down. And, I mean, beautiful play there by NaNiwa. Absolutely beautiful. He had the counter for everything. He countered the Broodlords with Blink Stalkers. He countered the Hydras with Colossus and then with Storms. And, I mean, the Roaches were being hit by Immortals pretty much the entire game. So, I mean, it never really happened. It never really happened for HyuN. He might have gone for the Corruptor counter to the Colossus. Corruptor counter to the Colossus. That's a bit of a tongue twister, but I mean, he didn't have anything for the Storm. So by the time he may have got out the Corruptors, there were Storms out in the field. So what are you going to do at that point? And so he just gave it up. And beautiful stuff. I mean, one of the real strengths in this game that I really have to call attention to is NaNiwa's economy, man. He's just macroed up like a complete boss. I mean, it's very, very easy for the Zerg most of the time to pull ahead to really get a lot of macro going. But NaNiwa kept up with him, surpassed him in some cases. And I think that really, really helped because it's hard. It's hard for a Zerg to get the good counters against the Protoss. It really, really is. I mean, you got Storms and stuff like that. I mean, how do you counter Storms? It's so hard to do. And they do so much damage to every unit. I mean, Archons, very, very hard to counter. So basically, the Zerg has to have the superior macro and just sort of start swarming all over the place, getting mutas in, doing all sorts of crap in every single location. But the fact that NaNiwa kept up with his macro, I mean, HyuN just didn't have anywhere to go, and eventually he just had to GG. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching this wonderful, wonderful game. Very happy to have cast this one. And I will catch you guys tomorrow with another Daily Masters. So stay tuned for that. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.